Good day, everyone. My name is Sarah Payan, a helpful tool for academic research. So, next, today we'll cover the following topics. What is Google Scholar? Google Scholar versus regular Google, advantage and disadvantage, benefits and limitation, Google indexing and search tips, and advanced search tips using library links and Google Scholar metrics. So next, so next is first, what is Google Scholar? So Google Scholar is like a special search engine designed for finding academic materials for universities and publishers all over the world. So it's really good at finding relevant information on any topic you can imagine. So think of it as a giant library that you can search from your computer. So next is the so let's compare it to the regular Google, and regular Google searches everything and online from website to image to news articles. So while the Google Scholar focuses specifically on a good scholarly publication like journal articles, thesis, and even legal documents. So it's a lot of more focus on academic research. So next is Google Scholars offers several advantages. So its broad coverage includes journals, known research from various repositories. So tools like Publish or Paris enhance its ability to find impactful papers. And the new institution affiliation, so search expands its reach. So access to open databases, so like PubMed is another significant benefit. So however, there are also advantages. So the coverage, while broad, is complete. Some publisher content is missing, so data quality isn't constantly high, requiring careful evaluation of sources. So a lack of transparency. So its data sources and indexing methods raises concerns about the potential bias and results. So next, so the benefits of using Google Scholar. So easy of use, search by cited feature, so ranking of results, citation information provided, search vast array of information technical, then prepends societal publications, then conference of proceedings. So full text if available, then allow you to download citation and articles to read later. So the limitation naman of using Google Scholar is no option to filter for peer review publication only. So Google Scholar coverage is wide-ranging but not comprehensive. So it should not be only source you use. So Google keeps their proprietary information private. They do not share where they are pulling their content from. So we don't know exactly where the citation are coming from. So what will be included or what might be missing. So results include growing number of AI generated. So uneven coverage in societal sciences. So better for hard sciences. So few options to limit or narrow search results. So for more search options and more precise, so searching use a library database. So full text not available or access the district without a submissions. So next is the Google Scholar indexes. So the full text of documents, searching beyond just a title and abstracts for your keywords. So this comprehensive approach is required precise your search terms to avoid irrelevant. So the and minus signs. And also, case doesn't matter, so but word order does affect how Google Scholar ranks results, and punctuation is also ignored during searches. So next is the search specific sections. So yes, this strategy allows researchers to limit their to is like and text. So this documents including titles, abstracts, and other metadata. Then in title, so this operator restricts the search to the title of the document. So and last the NURL, this operator limits the search to the URL of documents. So, by employing these operators, so researchers can focus their search on specific sections of documents, so thereby enhancing the precision of the results. So, next is the search specific files or results. So, this strategy naman allows researchers to specify the desired file type or type of results. So, two operators are highlighted. So, first is the define. So, this operator's props is Google Scholar to provide a definition of a specific term. The next is the file types. So these operators allow researchers to specify the desired file types such as PDF, doc, or PPT. So by using these operators enable researchers to target a specific file formats or to obtain concise definition of terms. So thereby they streamlining the research process. So next is the Google Scholar search tips. So, for Google Scholar search tips, the Google Scholar search are not case sensitive. So, focus on your keywords regardless of letter case. So, instead of full sentence, break your query into essential keywords. Then use quotation mark for a specific phrases to narrow down results to those that include the exact term. Then include your research to find the latest research from the specific year. So it's utilize the left-hand sidebar to adjust the time range, sort by relevance, and find articles by specific authors for more refined results. Then lastly, for Boolean operators, so combine terms using operators like and or and also not to create more specific searches. So yes, next is so to select the settings in the left hand corner and click the advanced search. So next is the advanced search. Scholar search menu has 8 ways of searching. So you have the option to mix and match these different search options. So, words typed into the first search bar must be all be included in your results. This is how a regular Google Scholar search works. So, word types into the second search bar will be searched as an exact place. Not only must most all of those words be included in each results. So, they must be included together in the exact order you write them in. So you can also do this in the regular search bar by putting the words and quotes or quotation search bar. So Google Scholar will give you any result that include at least of those words. So this can be a good way to incorporate the the synonyms or related ideas in your research. So you can also do this in the regular search bar by putting or and between your search words. When words are typed into the fourth search bar, so Google Scholar will only return results without those words. So they can be useful if you are cluttered with things that are not necessary. So you can also do this in your regular search by putting a minus sign before a word. For example, minus sign then games. So next is the custom date range. So yes, you can tell Google Scholar to only show you journal articles and resources for specific dates. And the left hand bar, so click the custom date range and two boxes will appear. Enter your preferred section and enter. Paper published from 2021 onwards, but you can restrict your search however you want. So this is particularly used for finding very recent paper. So example, you're entering 2020, then and the first box is 2024 and the second box. So next is, so yes, you can download the article. Option appear on the right side. No? So yes, next is for tool set below each record. So the cited by is link will show you other papers and resources that have a reference to study. So very useful for finding related more recent research on a topic. So you can also search within each of these cited articles to hone your search even further. So when you have click the cited by link, so think the search within the citing articles and box in search turns into the search bar. So next is the underline author names like to their Google Scholar profile, so allowing users to see you all the publications. So this is a helpful feature for finding more work by researchers so whose work is relevant to the research topic. So next is the under settings you will find an option for library links. So this will then produce a search bar where you're need to. The next is reality. You will see an include in the library collection. So clicking on this will take you to the full text options. So next is If an article has a link, so next to it is that says to find it. So then the article will be available through our library database. So next is for Google Scholar Metrics. So Google Scholar Metrics provide an easy way for authors to quickly measure the visibility and influence of recent articles and scholarly publications. So Google Scholar Metrics summarize the recent citation to many publications to help authors as they consider where they publish their new research. So next, we can see the Google Scholar Metrics Journal or magazine, so language fields and branches too. So to get start, you can browse the top 100 publication in several language. So ordered by their 5H index and H median metrics. So see which its articles is available and published. So click on the H index, the number to view the articles as well as the citation. So underlying the metrics is you can also explore the publication and research areas of your interest. So to browse the publication and broad area of research, so select one of the areas in the left column, then yes, to explore specific research, the area select one of the broad conclusion no, is so for conclusion is Google Scholar is a powerful tool for academic research. So but it's not important to understand its capabilities and limitations. So by using the strategies we've discussed today, you can significantly improve your research efficiency and effectiveness. So, okay, that's all. Thank you. If you have any clarification or question regarding in my presentation, so I'd be happy to answer any question you may have, everyone.
So I have a question. I want to know the importance of the Google Scholar Matrix. So why it is Google Scholar Matrix is important o bakit mahalaga ang Google Scholar Matrix, Miss Saira?
So, okay, thank you. So, Google Scholar metric is important because it provides in ranking of journals and publication based on citation count. So, makakatulong ito sa mga researcher para malaman kung ano ang mga high impact journals sa kanilang field. Yes.
So I have questions regarding for the topic. Tanong ko ay, ano ang pagkakaiba ng cited by at related articles sa Google Scholar? Miss Sarah.
So, cited by shows the number of times a paper has been cited by other publications. So, which indicates its impact. So, samantalang the related articles naman are papers na may similar topics or keywords sa iyong search na pwede mong gamitin as a additional reference.
So, I would like to ask another question for you, Miss Syra. Ano po ba or what is the primary purpose of Google Scholar, especially for us researchers or students?
Thank you. The main purpose ng Google Scholar ay para tulungan ang mga user or tayo na makahanap ng mga scholarly literatures gaya ng academic articles, then thesis, books, at conference papers mula sa iba't ibang fields o disciplines.
Salamat po.
So, pwede mo ba, may tanong ako. Pwede mo ba balikan yung sa Google Scholar na part sa, wait Pwede pa kuha yung slide? Wait nga. Yung slide. Next. Wait. Dito sa Google indexing, pwede ulitin mo yung explanation dito. Kasi kanina putol-putol ka sa akin.
So, okay, ulitin ko. So, Google Scholar indexes the full text of documents, so searching beyond just a title and abstract for your keywords. So, this comprehensive approach requires precise search terms to avoid irrelevant results. So, yes, the next is the Google Scholar automatically use the and between search terms. So unless you use the Boolean operators like plus and minus sign, and especially the or to define your search. So case doesn't matter, but word order does affect how Google Scholar ranks results and punctuation is ignored during search. Yun.
So, okay, thank you. So, I have another question. Since you discuss benefit and limitation in using Google Scholar. So, what about the scope of using Google Scholar?
So, okay, thank you. So, the scope of using Google Scholar includes the searching of academic literature tulad ng mga journal articles, then thesis, conference paper, books, at patents. So, pwede itong gamitin ng students, researchers, at educators to find reliable sources. Pero, take note, hindi lahat ng results ay libre. So, minsan, kailangan ng access through library subscriptions or paid journals.
That's good. So, okay, yeah. Wala na po kaming ibang question.
So, thank you everyone and God bless.